Hold up! Welcome to another episode of Sneaker Tribe, the practical sneaker review. My name is Shemaine and together with me is my co-host, PK.
Yo, Sneaker Tribe.
On this show, we'll be reviewing the hottest sneakers in town, so do stay tuned for more. Also, remember to like, subscribe and comment down below what other content you'd like to see from us. Also, if you haven't followed our social media, please follow them.
Today we have a special guest with us on the show, and he's someone who has represented Singapore to play in an international 3-on-3 tournament, and he's one of our young aspiring coaches in SG Basketball. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Gary and I'm a basketball player and currently I'm a basketball coach at SG Basketball. So thanks for having me in this show. Today we'll be doing some sneakers review for you guys.
Hey Gary, thanks for coming down today for the show. And first things first, are you someone who's particular about the type of shoes you wear?
Yes, actually I'm very particular in every kind of shoe I wear, on the court and off the court.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so what I look at in shoes is first is comfort, and then it comes in style. Be it a basketball shoe or a streetwear shoe, always comfort comes first for me.
And since we are talking about that, do you know what pair of shoes we are going to review today? Just looking at the box.
Adidas for sure.
I heard Adidas is one of your favorite brands, or is it your favorite brand?
I think for basketball wise, I think Adidas is one of my favorite brand because of the Boost technology. I think it's one of the most comfortable base that I ever have in basketball shoes, in hard court or those outdoor courts as well.
Yeah. Actually I agree with that, what Gary said. Boost is a very good technology in terms of cushioning, and it really absorbs the impact when it comes to playing. Alright, without further ado, let us unbox this shoe together and give us a look. First time look at the shoes. Wow.
Hold up! Before we continue, let us watch some highlight clips of Donovan Mitchell, the young rising star.
As the Clippers trail 3-0, Donovan Mitchell will bring it up. Only one true point guard on this roster. Doesn't seem to matter as Mitchell makes the play for Bogdanovich, who has all 5 for Utah.
Because as sometimes you do need to point the fingers. In practice and film session to figure out whose fault is it.
Gobert showing he's worth every bit.
He's really good at managing his distance, especially with a guy like Rudy there.
Bounce pass it, take it up, Rudy. Pops the rim.
A 1-point lead. Connolly trying to go quickly on SGA. Back outside to Mitchell. Under 10. Mitchell drives, floats, hangs, and banks it in.
Rudy's out of his chair just trying to stay loose. Now he sits back down. Donovan.
As for Donovan Mitchell, I think he's one of my favorite players as well. A very explosive young guard in Utah Jazz. I think he's in the All-Star for quite a few seasons right now. Previously was a young aspiring star and now becoming an All-Star. I think it's a tough journey for him, but it seems easy for him to get around the court so easily.
In fact, I think what this shoe represents is one of his nicknames, SpidaMitchell. So you can see the Spider-Man logo. You can't see it there, you can see it on the box, really big, right? So what this means is how he is described as on the court, like a spider, long arms, long legs, moving very quickly.
This shoe, purple is not really my color, but I think it's pretty vibrant for young players like players nowadays like colorful stuff, but myself, I prefer black and white. Probably I'm a dull person or something. Okay. Next thing I'd like to talk about is the design. I think this design is a little bit bulky, but I think the cushioning wise is fine. Okay, there are little like scribble in the insides and also some on the outsides here. I think, I don't know, maybe Donovan Mitchell's like to draw. Okay. As for the weight wise, I think it's pretty light comparing to all others basketball shoes, and light shoes is always one thing for players that look for in the court. For those players that jumps a lot, they prefer lighter shoes. And the last thing I want to talk about will be the sole. I think the traction for this sole is more built for indoors, because you can see those like small little transparent rubbers on top of it. I think if you are using it for the outdoor court, it will be wearing off pretty fast.
Agreed. I think this type of sole is really more suitable for indoor play, and I also agree with Gary about the cushioning as well as the color. Very flashy color. Actually, for me, I'm opposite of Gary. I like to have flashy colors on my shoes, so this works for me. But not really purple, but nice bright colors like this. Okay, and you can see on the midsole is actually what Adidas has as a light stripe cushioning. So that's actually one of their technologies in terms of cushioning. Yep. So actually for this pair of shoes, there are currently 6 colorways. And Shamin, what do you think? Does this color work for you?
Personally, I think I like this color because it's very colorful. I don't know, I just like really colorful shoes. I think it's very unique because I've never seen a shoe that have like all these scribbles and like, I don't know, maybe it's his designs. Yeah, okay, I shouldn't say scribbles, right? But then like
graffiti.
Yeah, like designs. But I think it's very interesting and very unique. Like it's something I see in a shoe for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you know what the D.O.N in this shoe stand for actually? Or in fact in every series of the Donovan Mitchell shoe?
Does it have a specific meaning, or is it just his name?
It does.
Don?
Of course, it means his name as well, but actually D, O and N all has a certain meaning to it. It's actually one line, one word, 3 words.
What is it?
Determination. Any idea? What's the second word?
Oh.
Yes.
Onward.
Offensive.
Determination over negativity. So actually it is about his mindset. So when they design Donovan Mitchell's first shoe, Adidas designer look at when they interviewed him and they talk to him, they talk about his mindset in the game. And of course we know nowadays social media is very big, and players or even all types of celebrities, they are affected by what people say about them on social media. And this is a message that Donovan Mitchell hopes to share with his shoe. So before we go to the functionality test, we are just going to put on the shoe and see how it feels on the foot. Yeah, the first feet.
Okay, the first feeling that gave me is very light. Okay, and it has a little bit of ankle support for the mid ankle. I think it's pretty comfortable at first.
Yeah, for me, I think instantly also the comfort level is there, pretty good. So comparable to the Curry 7s I was wearing earlier, but in the middle part near here, as you can see, there's a little bit of a protruding groove over there that's kind of like a little bit uncomfortable, but probably you'll be better after wearing it a couple of times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I also think that I'm not having a very wide foot, and I feel a little bit squeezy over this side. So I think if people with wider feet, this won't be comfortable for you.
Okay, spider dribble, if you don't know this drill. So this is of course in honor of Donovan Mitchell's shoe, and here's the shoe, trying on the shoe, and after testing out the shoe in terms of jumping, running, making starts and stops, and also doing movements to the basket and taking shots, I think overall I would give this shoe a pretty good rating. And if you know what that rating is, check us out later in the show.
So guys, you guys wear a lot of basketball shoes, right? So which pair of basketball shoe will you compare these to?
Okay, the first shoe that I'll compare this to is a woman brand, which is also Adidas. It will be the Crazy Light Boost. Previously I wore it because of the lightweight. However, the cushion wise, I think this would definitely a win for this shoe than a Crazy Light Boost. So as for the cushion wise, if I want to compare, I think I would compare it to a Hyper Dunk. Previously there's a Nike shoe Hyper Dunk. I think the ankle area is wrapped up and it's very comfortable, and I think this shoe does a little bit ankle wrap over here and has a heel support and stuff. I think previously for the Boost series, I don't think there's a lot of ankle support, and they really emphasize a lot more on the base.
Yep.
Yeah,
agreed. And I think for me, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, is comparable to the Curry 7s that I'm wearing right now in terms of cushioning. In terms of look, I don't think there's many that looks like this. Maybe very ancient Adidas Kobe. Yeah, you know that pair? One of the very early Kobe. When he was still with Adidas.
Oh, the Adidas Kobe.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, probably a throwback. So, Gary, looking at this shoe alone, without looking at any website or any whiteboard, how much do you think this pair of shoes cost?
I think it definitely costs less than $200.
Bingo! It's actually $170. So before we move on, we'll let Gary explain the overall ratings that we are going to do. So Gary, do you know all the ratings that we have here?
Yes, of course. I watched all the previous episode, and now that I know it.
Wow.
Okay, so there's five of them. Okay, the first one, amateur. The second one, college. Okay, the third one is pro, and then followed by the fourth one, all-star, and the fifth will be MVP.
Very
okay,
impressive. He does wash our shoe. Sherman, can you tell us what's the first thing that we're looking
Okay,
at?
the first one will be looks. What will you rate it?
looks will be college.
College? Oh, shocking.
How about you?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think this is maybe pro. I'm also not really a big fan of this type of color, purple color. So other colors maybe.
Okay, moving on. Comfort.
Comfort will be a all-star for me.
Other than the little part that's snagging over here, I would say is MVP. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. How about the purpose?
Purpose, I think it's also an all-star for me because it's built for a basketball shoe, and it's pretty good traction on court, and that's why it earns an all-star.
For me, the feeling that it gives me is all-star as well. Yeah.
So how about the overall ratings?
Overall rating will be a pro.
Pro. Wow.
Pro.
Yeah, for me, I think this will be all-star level. Yeah, like Donovan Mitchell, all-star. Before we go, we'd like to thank Gary for coming down to join us today. And of course, remember we mentioned about a special offer at the start of the show. Stay tuned to the end, and this is the surprise. We're going to have a 20% off at all limited edition stores for the D.O.N issue 3. So if you want to get your own pair of D.O.N issue 3, do go down to LE.
Okay, we have come to the end of the video. Remember to like, subscribe and comment down below and share with us what are your thoughts. Follow us on our social media page, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
So usually at the end of the episode we will preview the next pair of shoes that we're going to talk about, but today we don't have a pair of shoes here. That's why. The next episode is going to be a very special one. We are going out to film the episode, and we're out. We won't be filming over here in the studio, and we are going out. So where it will be, we are going to give you a sneak peek right now.